Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we should be live. I was hoping I'd have somebody in right away so I could confirm my sound. Apparently my sound is not very high in volume. Either I'm speaking too quietly or my volume needs to be turned up. So if you come in the middle of the chat, then you wouldn't have heard this to begin with. Okay, with that, be that as it may. So today is December 11th. That means we are on our 11th day, -1, of the Scotch Whisky Advent Calendar tasting. You'll see here I've got quite a few things set up. I always look a little ahead to see what's coming up because there may be some preparations I need to do beforehand. Be that as it may. So we have today Glenfarclas 2009, bottle 2016, cask 1805, exclusively for drinks by the Dram single malt Scotch whiskey, coming in at 59.9%. Yeah, so that tells you it's a cask strength. And as I've said earlier, I'm not much for cask strength Scotch, but tough job. Somebody's got to do it. Needless to say, most of that will be saved for a later time to further enjoy it. Oh, that's where we put that. So while that's breathing a little bit, let's see what Master of Malt has to say about this Scotch. And for the one person out there that is watching, thanks for coming in. Let me know if my voice is loud enough or if I need to try to turn the volume up a little bit. While we're sending a response, so according to the Master of Malt site, the Glenfarclas 2009 bottling note. Nose, brown sugar, damson, tomatoes on the vine, and hot cross buns with a very generous helping of dried fruit in the dough. A little fragrant barley and varnished oak in support. Varnished oak? Wow. Let me have that guy's job. So here we have a glass. Oh, I have to make that look more natural. Oh, maybe that's the way. Ah, yes, like this. A little Ralphie twirl around the glass. We won't look up close to this because it's kind of a dirty glass. All right, what do we have for notes? Yeah, okay. I suppose I can get a little varnish soak out of that, or at least something varnished. I think that's from the cask strength whiskey. I'm getting that though. Well, I think you're stretching for all the rest. For me, it kind of, I suppose I pitch a little brown sugar, maybe. All right, palate. Christmas cake, honey nut cereal with milk and ginger snaps, some grilled banana and stroop waffle notes later on, followed by yet more raisins and currants. What the hell's a stroop waffle? Well, let's find out. Christmas cake. Well, I don't know about all what they said on the pellet. Okay, finish. Long and rich with layers of honey and ginger. Apples appear much later in finish. I'd agree more with the finish. Maybe that's because I held it in my mouth for so long. I mean, there is definitely a fruit, like a dark sour fruitiness to it. Really tough, really tough. Okay, this is at 60%, so let's take a little time. Make sure I had a spoon this time. I only want to add a little bit of water. You can see that, okay. And see what that does. Now, from what I've read, I don't have a lot of experience with watering down my Scotch, because that's normally what I don't do. And I normally don't buy cask strength whiskey, although I do have one up there. Wow, that really cut out the oak varnish. Definitely cut out, definitely killed a lot of the strong aromas from that small amount of water that I added to this. I wonder what that does for flavor. Made it more, made it smoother on the tongue, less bite at the beginning, although there was some burning. Once I swallowed, there was some burning, but it did make it smoother on the tongue, and I think it took out some of the fruity sourness as well. So I don't know if that makes it better, worse. So we'll cut that with just a little more water. Let's let that sit a little bit. Now, what I've also done, how are we doing on time? Oh, this might be a little longer one, sorry. Is a while ago I picked up a sample set from Glenfarclas, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, and what they're calling their 105 cask strength. So, as they needed some time to breathe, before I started this, I poured a little of the 10-year-old in a glass. See how comparison. Ten-year-olds at 40%, and I would say it's like a much a lot less of the flavor and aroma that you get in this particular cask strength one. What about the 12-year-old? just a little more flavor than the 10, a little smoother than the 10, but still not as much flavor and aroma as what's coming off of here. Now, this has sat a little while since we've cut it a second time. And of course, now those don't feel hot at all compared to what this one did before I cut it with water. Different. I think though, okay, so this is me personally speaking, of course all these are, is that with the Glenfarclas collection that I have here, if I'm going to drink a fruity scotch, then I'm going to want to have something that's got more of a fruit punch to it than these do. Like the Glenfiddich 18 I've got on my shelf, or even the, I believe it's a Glenlivet 18 I've got on my shelf as well. So that's my opinion of this little collection of Glenfarclas samples that I have back here. Have you tried any of the Glenfarclas single malt Scotch whiskies? If you have, let me know in the comments below. And let me know, you know, if you had a choice between a smoky, a fruity, or a grain Scotch whiskey, which would you prefer? And why? And with that, that brings us to a close of a long session here. And we will be back tomorrow on the 12th of December to see what is behind door number 12. Thanks for viewing. I really appreciate it. See you again tomorrow.